Hello everybody and welcome to the Lone Star Aviator channel. Today we have a great flight lined up for you guys. We're going to be heading from Princess Juliana Island, then over to St. Bart's, and then over to Saiba Island. But the cool thing about this is each runway gets shorter every single time that we land. We're going to see if we can make it all the way to Saiba Island without crashing this beautiful 172 behind us. So without further ado, let's hit up Princess Juliana. So first off, before anything, since we are in the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, we are going to have to go ahead and do our walk around, of course, before. So let's go ahead and remove all the covers around the aircraft. Up front, starting first, we get the static port is clear. We'll look into the intakes here. Everything looks good. We can check the belt down there. Yep, looks intact. Perfect. Our strut looks good up front. We can actually check our tire. Hold over there. Perfect. We've got green on the tire. Looks good. Exhaust looks intact, and this guy here as well. Strut looks nice as well. Look down the leading edge. The air vent is clear, and then we can remove our pitot tube, and pitot tube looks clear to me. Stall horn looks clear. Landing lights look nice as well. And coming down to the tips here, we got our nav lights and the wing tips, which are actually fiberglass, so you want to check for any cracks. And we can check our ailerons. So we'll go up. Looks like that side goes down. Down. That side goes up. We can lift it up here and look all down under. These guys look attached nicely, and then we'll check our hinges. Hinges do look intact. Sweet. Going down to the empennage here, all antennas look intact on the top of the aircraft. Beacon light looks good. Obviously you can see we're in November 6727 hotel today. Rudder, we can go ahead, looks good. Check the right side of the aircraft here. Everything looks good. Let's check our main strip. Looks pretty decent visually, sweet. And then we can also check our tire over here as well. A lot of the things in the simulator you have to actually hold down on because it's kind of hard to visually inspect. Perfect. Well, looks like our Cessna 172 is all good on the outside. Let's go ahead and head inside. We are inside of the Cessna 172 now. As you can see, we've got the 6-pack setup as well as the Garmin's over here, and of course our EFB, which we won't be using too much of today. So anyways, getting started with that, let's do our pre-flight in the interior. Documents are all good. Hobs and tack time, we'll go and note that down. Parking brake is set for us today. Our control lock is removed. Our flight controls are going to be free and correct because we're going to check them. So we'll go right and then left. That guy goes up, forward, and back, and we'll go rudders right, rudders left. Fuel selector is now to the both position. This guy, the cutoff is in as well. The carburetor heat is off. Let's go and check our fuel quantity. We've got right about half full on both sides. That'll be plenty of fuel for us today. If we have to divert or anything like that, we probably won't even put a dent in that thing because these are super short flights. So perfect. Avionics masters are off. Carburetor heat is off as well. Battery master and alternator are going to go ahead and pop on. There we go. Then after that, we can get our beacon lights on, and we'll go ahead and turn nav lights on as well. Mixture, we'll go to the rich position. We'll get that throttle open about 1/4 of an inch. Clear prop. Alright, we've started up. Sweet. Our brakes are holding well. Let's go ahead and check over here. Fuel flow is going to start coming up. EGT will rise. The engine warms up. Vacuums and amps are good. Oil pressure is good. That's one of the most important things, and that temperature is going to rise as the engine runs more. All right, now that the engine has started, we can go ahead and look down here and turn our avionics on. So we'll go boom and boom. Everything will start turning on now that we have some power going. And then we'll make sure our flaps are all retracted here. Looks good. And we can start with the pre-taxi checklist while the engine warms up. And as of right now, actually before that, we're going to go ahead and put everything into our avionics here so that we can set our route. We're just waiting for all the GPSs to align and get going, and then we'll start implementing that. Okay, now time to set everything in our avionics. So what we can do is we can go to the direct, and then we'll just go ahead and throw in St. Bart's. St. Bart's, we'll go direct to Saba. All these are going to be direct. So we'll put in Tango. There we go. Foxtrot, Foxtrot, Juliet. So where's that Foxtrot? There we go. Foxtrot again. And then one more Juliet. Sweet. There's St. Bart's. We'll go ahead and enter that into here. And what we're actually going to do, just so we can land technically at all 3 airports, we're going to make one pattern over here at Princess Juliana so we can get a touchdown, and then we'll head over to St. Bart's because obviously Princess Juliana's got a huge runway. Not going to be an issue for us in the Cessna 172. So that'll be level 1. And then level 2, going over to St. Bart's. Definitely a challenging approach. I'm sure you guys have seen it heading over that mountain, or that hill, I guess I should say, right on short approach, and then that super short runway. And then finally, Saiba Island, which I've actually never personally landed on in the sim. So that should be super exciting. We'll see how I do. I know there's a lot of crosswinds there. I know it's a super short runway, so we're on a Cessna 172, so we should be able to handle it, but let's try it out. So we'll go taxi light on, and look right, look left, and then let's head out of here and test the brakes. Brakes are good. All right, so taxiing out here now past a few of these little GA aircrafts to our left. Make sure our wings are clear here, and then we'll head down the ramp Down to runway 10. Okay, everybody, we're going to do a little bit of an intersection departure off runway 10 here at Princess Juliana, but before then, we've got to do our run-up, so let's go ahead and start that. Alright, engine run-up checklist. We got our parking brakes set, windows and doors are all closed and locked. Got flight controls full motion, so forward, right, back, left, and forward. Then we've got rudders right and rudders left. Trim is set to the takeoff position. Fuel selector is still on both. Mixture is rich, and then we'll go 1700 RPM on the throttle. Alright, 1700, everything looks stable and in the green. Let's go magnetos right. Slight drop, but it stabilizes out. Everything remains in the green. Amps are good. Back to both, and it comes back up, still in the green. And left, there's the drop. Everything remains stable, and back to both. Perfect. Our magnetos are... Alright, back taxiing for just a second, just to give us some more space. We'll swing it left here. And we'll do more of a short field takeoff today, so we'll hold on the brakes and everything. Get it powered up. Look at those mountains out there. Absolutely beautiful. Let's bring the throttle up. And let it stabilize. Engine and suspension in the green. Off the brakes and heels to the floor. Let's get some right rudder in there. Sweet, guys. We'll rotate about 55 knots. Everything's still in the green. Just holding that center line. Nose wants to fly already, but we'll hold it down for just a second. And there's 55. Let's start to rotate. Sweet. And then let's get to VY. And then we'll make right traffic. Alright, there's VY right about 73 knots. As we climb out of here. Oh yeah, performance is definitely great today. Wow. Look at that. Sweet. I'm going to go ahead and make our right turn just a little bit early here just to get away from these mountains, even though we're not necessarily at 700 feet just quite yet. But we'll keep it coming until we get to 1,000 feet, and then we'll level off in the downwind. So we're going to go and level this guy out. Keep running. So there we go. We're going to take about the more. And start right down there. Alright, we've got a pretty wide downwind going on here. It's so hard to see. Jim, you need like a head surgery reduction or something, because I can't see anything. Maybe we'll drop Jim off whenever we land here at Princess Juliana, because he's getting in the way. Look at that big old cruise ship out there. Right off the end of the runway. Insane. And now we'll reduce the power. Start that final turn here. Got eyes on the runway. Kind of curve it in a bit. It's not super square. And then we can drop our second notch of flaps. And just slowing that speed down a little bit. I'm sure the people on the beach are not impressed with their little 172 here. They're used to seeing the big 747s and stuff, but you know what? They can enjoy some prop wash today. Okay, a little low. Let's get some power in. We're getting slow as well. Alrighty. Bring it down very off center line. And let's pull the power. We definitely made the runway. Keeping that nose up, looking towards the end of the runway. Let's keep it. There we go. Oof. Wow. Alright, well, we are down. Alright, flaps are retracted. Let's go back full power. Heels to the floor. Engine instruments in the green. Keep it on center line. That was a pretty rough landing. Not the best approach here in Princess Juliana, so we'll see how I do. A little rusty here in the sim, getting to St. Bart's and then Saba. That is going to be scary, but that's why it's a challenge. That is why it's a challenge. Back up in the air here. Leaving Princess Juliana, level 1 complete. While not that good, it is complete. So go ahead and throw down in the comments below before we get to St. Bart's. Don't cheat. How do you think this landing is going to go? Rate it from 1 to 10, expectation-wise. And then we'll see how we actually do, guys. We got 060 at 9 knots of wind, so not too crazy. We can definitely take that. Coming into St. Bart's here. Things to look out for. I mean, obviously the hill coming in. We'll make sure that we got enough altitude and speed to get over that. And obviously any turbulence or down drops that come with that. We'll try to get the aircraft down pretty rough, so keep that in mind. Obviously, you got to kind of set it down on these shorter runways to make sure that you get down fast so you have stopping room. So keep that in mind when you're judging my landing. But we'll see how we do. I haven't landed in St. Bart's in the sim in probably over a year or two. So, and I actually haven't been flying the sim that much, especially at 172, in a very long time. So we'll see how we do today. Like I said, it's a challenge for a reason. On to level 2. We're going to level 2. Last chance to put it down in the comments how you think we're going to do today. Don't cheat. Put it down there. And then we got Saba Island to the right over there, which will be our next opponent. Alright, got the hill just ahead of us. Get a little bit of power in here. Try to keep this thing climbing. It wants to drop. Let's go and get another notch of flaps in as well. Sweet. And can't even see the runway until you're over the hill. What a challenging approach. There we go. We've got the runway in sight. Just head a little bit left here. A little bit off center line. That's alright. And then we can go ahead and get our third notch of flaps in, because we are just going to dive this nose down once we are over the hill here. It's bumpy, baby. Oh my. Okay. And let's get the aircraft down. There's the runway. Power's cut. Into the flare. Yep, go around. Going around, baby. Woo. Okay, let's get the nose down, make sure we don't stall. Try to establish a positive rate of climb here. Slow and steady turn coming out of here. And try to get climbing. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, that was a hard approach. Let's go ahead and turn around and try this again. Final chance to put in your predictions. Go ahead and drop them down in the comments below. And let's see if you're right. Alright, I'm liking this one a lot more. Alright, a little too slow now. Let's get some power in. Don't want to stall the aircraft here. Come on, baby. Here's where it gets real bumpy. It's hard to see because the attitude of the aircraft. Here in the flight sim, it's hard to look around without some head tracking like we have today. Alright, let's go and pull the throttle and head down here. Get that nose down. And just bleed off speed. Try to get it down. Ooh, and oh my gosh. Wow. Full on the brakes. Full on the brakes. Holy flat landing. Jeez. When we made it, it was not good at all. Safe. Probably not. We almost veered off the runway. Wow. We gained so much speed off that dive down. That is so bad. Well, we made it. Welcome to St. Bart's. Level 2 completed. Well, maybe not well. We haven't had the best run today, guys. I promise I'm a better pilot than this. I don't know. Maybe it's the rust. Maybe it's just me not flying here much. Whatever it may be. We're down. It's time for level 3. Okay, parking brake is set real quick, so we can go ahead and set this in here. So we'll go back to the direct menu, and now where we're going is over to Sabo, which will be level 3, guys. Get excited for level 3. It's going to be Tango November Charlie Sierra. So we've got Tango, then we've got November. Boom. So we've got I'm not sure how to say it, but Saba Island is in there. That'll be level 3, our final flight of the day. We have had horrible success so far, guys. I'm sorry. I promise I'm a better pilot than this. I'm a better sim pilot than this. But either way, it's been a fun challenge so far. Let's make level 3 great to make up for level 1 and level 2. It's time for takeoff, guys. And then we'll do a little short field takeoff. So let's go ahead and bring the throttle all the way up. Engine instruments all in the green. Let's go ahead and head off the brakes. Feet to the floor. Or heels to the floor, I should say. Keep that center line. And let's get to 55 knots. Holding that nose back. Come on, baby. Man, these winds. Ooh, it is windy. It is windy getting off those hills around here. Okay, we're up. And let's go ahead and climb VX. Let's get over these hills, and we'll start a shallow left turn getting out of here. Just making sure we're coordinated. Not stalling the aircraft as we are pretty slow. We're just slowly turning out of here. And we are officially on our way to Saba Island, guys. Level 3. I've had so much fun so far on this journey. Let's end it off with a bang. Very cool departure out of here, though. We can fly over all the houses and things like that. The beautiful beach of St. Bart's. Just look at that. That private beach right there. Wow. Maybe not private. Maybe it's the city beach, but what a beautiful place to come visit. we get closer to the island here, I just start to look at it and just look at all the cliffs and rocks that just line this island. Is that not scary? You're about to land a small aircraft coming into that, and you know that the airport's pretty much right there. It's just insane. I mean, it's crazy that they put an airport on here. I mean, just the fact of where it is, but I mean, wow. Pretty wild. Okay, we're getting pretty low fuel on left and right, so, you know, we're gonna have to land this thing pretty quick. Alright guys, we've got the airport to our left there. We're starting to curve around now. Oh, I thought it was a little bit more ahead, I guess not. So we'll start pulling the power back, get it slowed down. We're going to hold our altitude here as well though. Get the rudders going. This should be super fun. I'm actually super excited, guys. Put those predictions down in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys think I'm going to get than what I actually get. Anyways, let's start this left turn going. Just kind of following the coastline in here. Look at these sharp edges. These rugged rocks. Do not want to smack those today. At all. Alright, let's keep this nose up. Let's keep some altitude. Definitely want some altitude here. Let's not lose a whole bunch of altitude. Just keeping the nose up. We're also bleeding off speed that way, so we can start getting into flaps. Get on center line here. Throw in some rudder. There we go. Alright. I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm feeling alright. First notch of flaps out. Coming in here. We're coming in really fast. See if we can slow it down, but if not, yeah, we're gonna have to go around. We're too fast. Go around number 2 of the day. Holy moly. Let's get the flaps up. Positive red climb. Slowly put the flaps up in increments. Never want to just drop them all. It's a good way to die. Yeah, okay. Now for attempt number 2. We're going to try to get this aircraft slowed down a little more. We're pulling the power back. We went a little bit farther out this time. As you can see, Saba's right over there. We're just going to keep our nose up and try slowing this thing down this time while holding our altitude. Get a lot of trim in to help us out. And there we go. There's the white arc. First notch of flaps, and we'll make our final turn here. I'm honestly liking this approach to Saba. Maybe it's just a nice calm day today. It said minimum visibility. Looks pretty good in the sim to me. So definitely liking that. We'll get flaps too once we get a little bit closer to the runway, and we'll keep that center line. Would be nice. Just keeping it coming in. We want plenty of altitude here. We don't need to be super low with these cliffs, especially with those rocks coming up right before the runway. It's just not needed. Let's get our second notch of flaps in. A little more stabilized on this guy. Last chance, put those predictions in. Let's do it. Okay, I'm liking it. I think we'll just keep flaps too, honestly. I think we will. Okay, just put those to the numbers. Wow, this is such a short runway. It doesn't even look real. It does not even look real. Alright. Just keep it just like this. Coming in here, getting a little bumpy. Okay, we've made the runway. Let's go ahead and pull the power. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the flare. Come on, baby, get up. Brakes, 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 brakes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, we make it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Please. Please. Please, Saba. Woo! We didn't go off the cliff. We did not go off the cliff. That was such a late touchdown. Oh my gosh. Listen. Listen. It might have been on the right main. It might not have been beautiful. But I think that's level 3 complete. Look at that distance from the cliff. I mean, wow. If I wouldn't have hit that left rudder, we would have been gone. Oh my gosh. Maintenance is not going to be happy with me. But guys, that's a Cessna 172 landed on Saba. Could it have been better? Yes. But is level 3 completed? Yes. I'll take it, guys. Let's taxi back. Look at that slopage of that hill, man. All those townhomes and things like that up there. Wow, wow, wow. It's such a short taxi because the runway is just so short. We can see the end of it just right there. Saba was pretty fun, though. I gotta say, I think St. Bart's was more of a challenge, at least on this day with the weather conditions that we have today. You know, I mean, obviously we were a little late on the touchdown here in Saba. But, I mean, we did it, you know? We definitely did it. Let's go ahead and find some parking here. We can park over to the left right by this barren, and then we'll go ahead and end this video out. I really appreciate you guys for joining me today on this fun adventure. We'll get back to our normal flights next video, so make sure to subscribe and tune back in for some more airliner flights, things like that, where we have a lot of fun. We're going to park it up here, though. Make sure we're not hitting anybody because the people love to get in the way in this simulator. And then we'll shut everything down. Well, okay, everybody, that is going to conclude our video for today. Our Cessna 172 is down and safe-ish on Saba Island. How am I going to get out of here? I don't know, but we'll figure it out. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on this video. I really appreciate you guys stopping by and making it down to the end. If you made it down to the end, comment down below. Comment down below baggage. You know, that's the first thing I saw. Comment down below baggage if you made it, and I will reply to your comment. Thank you guys so much. All of our Discords and other socials are linked down in the description down below, so feel free to check those out. Hit that subscribe button and like the video if you enjoyed. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.